So a professional baseball player has been suspended now for over 3 seasons for betting on baseball. I want to talk about the details of it and then get your opinion. So I was on Twitter this morning and I came across this story. It was just, I think, released yesterday. Yeah, less than 24 hours ago. It's by Peter Bayer, I think is how you pronounce his last name. He's a former minor league player, professional baseball player. And we're going to get into the story because he has now been suspended for 3 seasons for betting on baseball. I want your opinion. I'm going to give you mine right after we get into the story. Let's talk about the tweets that I saw. So it started off by seeing this first one right here. And it says, my goal was never to go public with this. However, the commissioner's office decided today to place me on the ineligible list for another season. You can see Commissioner Manford here wrote, Dear Peter, I am writing in response to your application for removal from the ineligible list. I reviewed all of the materials you submitted to me. After thorough consideration, I've decided to deny your application. You may reapply to me for potential reinstatement after the completion of the 2023 World Series. Now, if you scroll down a little bit, here's another tweet from him. It said, some personal news. Since the beginning of the 2021 season, I have been on the MLB ineligible list due to placing wagers on a few MLB games during the 2020 COVID year when MILB did not have a season. I am currently still ineligible for the 2023 season, a third straight year. He now breaks it down in 4 different posts, and I want to go through exactly what happened here because I think the details are interesting. And then again, let's hear your opinion after this and I'll give you mine as well. So it starts off with saying, in the summer of 2020 during the COVID pandemic, I placed wagers on some MLB games on legal websites in Colorado. This happened when I was affiliated with the Oakland Athletics, but we were not under contract as MILB players because there was no season. All of us as minor league players were considered unemployed. My entire life, I spent the summers playing baseball, and without competing and playing, I did not know what to do with myself. When 2020 canceled the season, a lot of us were uncertain about our careers moving forward. These were unprecedented times in which many of us weren't thinking clearly. I made this mistake and owned up to it. Before this information was found out by the MLB, I signed with the Cincinnati Reds in January of 2021. A few weeks later, I received a call from the commissioner's office that I was going to be placed under an investigation and suspended from my actions. I ended up being placed on the MLB ineligible list, which I am still on today. We had a variety of discussions and meetings over the last 2 years. I did everything that the MLB asked, including meeting with a psychologist and other Zoom meetings with their investigative team. They informed me that I would be able to apply for reinstatement after the 2022 World Series. I figured they would grant me the ability to play again or be involved with the MLB because this has been an extensive suspension. I promptly sent in a reinstatement letter. Today I found out from the commissioner that I was going to remain on the ineligible list for another season, which would be a third full season of suspension. This is heartbreaking because not only did I work my entire life to be a professional baseball player, I also have aspirations to work as a coach or with a team in another capacity. I've spent my off seasons working diligently to improve my resume for both of these things. I never once bet on baseball when physically playing or under a player contract, or bet on it to compromise the integrity of the sport. I understand that I broke a rule and there is consequences to my actions, but this has been way too extensive. The only MLB wagers were placed during the pandemic and during a time of great uncertainty in my career. To put things in perspective, I've only reached the level of high A baseball in the minor leagues, and I'm being punished for 3 years and counting due to this. I never wagered on a game that I participated in when I was under contract or had any sort of influence over. It was simply for entertainment. It's really unfortunate that this ends up most likely causing the end of my playing career due to being held out of the game for so long. Hopefully the MLB is able to change their mind and allow me to pursue a career in the future. Okay, so let's go through this. I'm going to give you my opinion and then let's hear your opinion right after that. So if we go back to 2020, when COVID hit, it was in the middle of spring training. So if you're Peter, you're playing on a minor league field somewhere probably. All of a sudden, baseball has been completely halted. All minor league players, everyone was sent home. The major leagues decided that they were going to start to play their season in the middle of the summer. There was no minor league season. tons of minor leaguers were just released. So they no longer belong to clubs. So here you have a player that's with the Oakland Athletics, spring training ends, you get sent home, and then you're told you're not going to have a season this year. You're no longer employed by a major league organization. He ends up signing the next year with the Cincinnati Reds. At that point, you do not belong to a team. You're not a professional baseball player anymore. This has happened to me a couple of times where I was released and I didn't belong to a team. I'm no longer a Major League Baseball player or a professional baseball player. He's in a state that allows online gambling. He gambles on a game, not as a player. The next year, they find out that he did so and suspend him. Now, for the third straight season. Now, for me, I think this is somewhat ridiculous. If he was playing, I get it. If he's a professional player, he's currently playing, he has insider information, right? They put it everywhere. Whether you're in a minor league park or major league park, it says there's no betting on baseball when you're a professional player. Totally understand that. If he was with a team, fine, suspend them. That's okay. He wasn't with a major league organization. He was literally unemployed. And he decides to do something that is completely legal. So I don't understand how they're able to continually get away with this when he did not have a job. Most minor leaguers did not have a job that year. They weren't under contract with anyone. Again, meaning they're not Major League Baseball players, they're not professional baseball players. So that's the first thing. I don't know how this is even possible to continue to do this when he technically didn't really break any rules because he didn't belong to a team. The second thing is, you literally can't watch a sport today. I can't put on any channel on television or be in a ballpark or a stadium anywhere and not see something that shows DraftKings or FanDuel betting on sports. More and more states are allowing this. This is becoming more of a part of sports. Everyone has access now, or most everyone is beginning to get access to bet on sports. Again, if you're a player and you're under contract, I get it, you can't bet. But this is a huge part of society. If he's no longer playing, he's sitting at home, he doesn't have a team, he's watching games from his sofa, he can't do anything, and he places a bet on FanDuel or wherever he placed it legally. I still don't understand how this is possibly a 3-year suspension and going to ruin this kid's career, not just as a player, but as a potential coach because he did something that was legal and he didn't break any rules. So, am I missing something with this story? I think this is quite crazy. I read this and first I felt really, really bad for the guy. Now, some people in Twitter are like, you knew the rules and you broke the rules. Well, again, he didn't belong to a team. He was a free agent. Therefore, you're not employed by Major League Baseball. If Major League Baseball, if I'm not under contract and I'm not getting money from them, and I'm literally told just go do anything. If you want to try to play baseball again and get signed next year, cool. If you don't, go do something else. Then I should be able to do whatever I want. I don't belong to a team. So people saying you know the rules, you don't bet on baseball if you're a baseball player. He's a baseball player. He wasn't a professional baseball player. So how is he and me doing the same thing? How are we any different? We're the exact same thing. Right now, I'm not a professional baseball player. I can bet on baseball games if I want. In Massachusetts, on DraftKings goes live, I think, in a couple of weeks. If I bet on a game, and then I go and sign a contract next year with a team, am I going to get suspended because I bet on a game when I wasn't a professional baseball player? How is that any different than what this kid did? I'm a former player, and then I become a player next year, but I wasn't a player when I bet. How am I suspended for that? So I don't understand. Let me know your thoughts. I feel bad for this kid. Again, I think most people are taking his side in the comments, but some people are acting like he did this horrible thing. I'll say it again. You can't put on television, you can't go to a game without somebody trying to get you to bet on a game. All right, so the people that are saying like he did this terrible thing betting on baseball, Major League Baseball is putting it everywhere. Every sport is. So that's my thoughts. Let me know if I'm crazy or what, but I think there's a little excessive here to be doing this kid, basically just blackballing him from the game when he wasn't even in professional baseball when he bet on it. So that's all I got. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about this whole thing. Hopefully something gets resolved. I know he's getting older. He was only an A-ball when this happened, and now it's been 3 years. But you never know. I've seen players make huge jumps, And I've seen players, especially over the last couple of years, you see guys online all the time going from throwing like 92, and I don't know what he was throwing, but 92, and all of a sudden an offseason later they're throwing 96, and they go from a nobody to a major league player, and some guys come out of nowhere and make $20 million. And this guy looks like he's never going to get a chance because he did something that literally didn't break any rules. Didn't break any rules, and is getting punished for it forever. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. That's all I got. If you have anything else that I missed there, put it down there as well. But I read through the entire thread, and that's all the information that we got. Doesn't seem like you broke any rules to me. We'll talk to you later. If you've got hitters that you're looking to improve before the start of next season, this is essential for you. Matt Antonelli here, former major league player, first-round pick, and college coach. With this course, we're going to show you exactly, step-by-step, how to generate power, develop bat speed, and enhance swing mechanics. Regardless of your hitter's age, this course is going to deliver advanced hitting techniques that will allow any hitter to get better and make an impact at the plate this spring. We have a full catalog of training content that you can access from anywhere at any time. This course is perfect for players, parents, coaches, instructors, and more. It offers a comprehensive package of drills and techniques that you can directly implement. Our course has helped hitters all over the country at different competition levels, and the feedback that we've received has been outstanding. The work you put in now will drive your success at the plate this spring. Get the essential knowledge that you need to take your game to the next level.